the beautiful sights there of the iconic Florida Cricket Oval. It is match day 3 of the East African Safari T20 here at Florida Cricket Oval. And as we can see there from the beautiful sights there being brought to you, here we are at Florida Cricket Oval with a clash between Mount Satima, who will be taking on Mt.Rwenzori. Mt.Rwenzori has won the toss and opted to bat first. And now here we are to try and make sure that we see where this game goes. Let's first see what happened during the toss. Go well. And that is the news coming from the center. Mt.Rwenzori has won the toss and opted to bat first. It is the second game on match day 3 of the East African Safari T20. It is a clash between Mount Satima and Mt.Rwenzori. The two captains are here with me. The standing captain for Mount Satima, Amir Ochaya. The captain for Mt.Rwenzori, Solomon Wamachigozi. And the match umpire, Reston Alumansi. And we've come here for the toss. Heads is the call. And heads on top. Solomon, please come through very quickly. You've won the toss. What you will be doing first and why?
We're going to bat first. I want the youngsters to get the opportunity. In our previous match, we bowled first.
What do you hope to do better in this game, given the fact that you lost your first game?
Just applying some of the basics, correcting a few of the mistakes we did. Building partnerships will be key. Trying to get to that 120 runs mark.
Did you make any noticeable changes in your team?
Yes, 3 changes. Elvis comes in, Hemant as well, and another lad. That's my team.
Go well and all the best in the game.
Thank you very much.
Amir, if you had gotten a chance of winning the toss, what would you have done first and why?
I would have chosen to bowl first because the wicket is full of cracks. It will help the bowlers to vary their balls.
So what shot are you looking at to limit Mt.Rwenzori to then you come out and chase it?
Since we got good bowlers, I think we are gonna defend them. They are not gonna reach something like 60. Yeah, we are defending 60.
Thank you so much and go well. And that is the news coming from the center. Mt.Rwenzori has won the toss and opted to bat first. Well, the sky is there right in your frame. The beautiful flora here at Florida Cricket Oval. It is a clash between Mount Satima and Mt.Rwenzori in the East African Safari. This is match day number 3 and this is the second game of the day. Earlier on in the morning we saw a 7 wickets victory going the way of Mount Meru, and now we do come back to make sure that we see what happens. Kakari Geoffrey, the first ball of the game. There is a loud appeal but not given by the umpire. Good start there by Geoffrey Kakari, just hitting the good length and putting the outside edge of the bat into play right away. And it is a dot ball already to make sure that this innings is underway. Bosco Akena and Hariom are the opening 2 batters for Mt.Rwenzori. Another one right into the block hole and the dot ball. Brilliant stuff there. Just dabbing it down the ground and manages to pick up the dot ball. No runs are on the board so far for the Mt.Rwenzori team. This is a tournament happening here at Florida. Florida located in Uganda, a district called Ibuyukwe, where we are having this game broadcast live from. Nearly plays that one to the fielder, but it doesn't carry on. Beautiful work there by Eddie Agawa, cutting it off to just a dot ball. And no runs there. Good stuff here to start off the over. That one nearly carrying to the fielder, but in the end it is a well taken Good stuff there from Trevor Angoli, picking up the first wicket for the team. And there we see Akena Bosco departing without troubling the scorers. The ball played right there, and Bosco Akena not managing to hit it over the head of the fielder. And that is the wicket, the prize wicket that was much needed. Geoffrey Kakere making sure that his team gets off a very good start. And as you can see there from your frame, those are the Mount Satima players. They come into this game at the back of a loss, but they will be hoping that they can continue playing well and scoring the runs. So the replay there, it felt like it could have gone through his hands, but he's managed to stick onto it. Baigatwa, the wicket keeper batter, is the new batter in. As you can see, some of the fans who have come here to watch this beautiful game happening here at Florida Cricket Oval. Brilliant work there. Two more balls to play in this over, but already a good start there. Geoffrey Kakaire making sure that he picks up the early wicket. One right into the block hole and hit on to the onside. Chance for 2 runs, but what a way to break the shackles there by pushing quickly for the third. Because of that poor throw and good running, they managed to go for 3. Good stuff here being done by Hariom. Putting the outside edge of the bat into play, and it is a dot ball. Good lines there bowled by Geoffrey Kakere, and that will bring us to the end of the over. It is just 3 runs in the first over, and 3 for 1 is the score. Loikin Bamturaki coming to bowl the second over. Another hand seamer. Bamturaki Loikin coming back to bowl. Making sure that he hits the good areas. Brilliant pace, something seamless getting off the surface, and it is a dot ball for Loikin to start off the over. Again, some good pace being extracted out of the surface there by Loikin. Bamturaki making sure that he hits that hard line and length. And back dot balls for him to start off his over. Swinging but not getting anywhere close to the ball, thereby Baiga Tuaha. Again beaten by the pace completely. He had no clue on where that one was going, and it is another dot ball. What a brilliant spell there coming in from Loy Keane. Bamturak Ian keeping the edges of the bat into play, but just making sure there is nothing to drive for the batter. Fifth dot ball in the over. One more for us to see a maiden in this match. Undone by that wide because it will be an extra. He's been bowling some good lengths earlier on. Picks up the length very nicely, and he manages to get that run. Beats him completely with that pace, and that will be a dot ball, bringing us to the end of the over. 2 gone and 6 for 1 is the score. Geoffrey Kakaire coming in to bowl the second over in his name and the third one in the match. Nearly played that one to the field at point, but it is put down and a run taken. Beats the wicket keeper there, and a chance for runs. By runs there confirmed by the umpire, but some extra space being bowled by Geoffrey Kakaire, hitting the hard line and lengths. And not giving the batters any thought. Plays that one backward of the square, past the fielder. But good work there done Byron Kato to cut off that one very nicely. But a double is taken by Twa Habaiga. Some good running there. Right into that area there, the stump line, and the dot ball. Brilliant areas being bowled there by Kakaire Joffrey. Another hit straight to the fielder and the dot ball. Not the best of throws they are coming in from Trevor Angoli. We've come to the end of the third over, and 10-1 is the score. Mt.Rwenzori raking back into the attack. Not a very good start there for him. Gets one down the leg, but the umpire not giving out the weights. A bit ejected there, Hariom. This time round manages to get it past that point area, and 2 runs onto the total for Mt.Rwenzori. Mt.Rwenzori wanted to send up to bat first, and they said that because yesterday did not win first, having bowled first this time round, they have changed the beat to make sure that now they put a total and try and challenge Mount Satima. Not presenting the full face of the bat, but somehow managing to hit it out of the blocks. Not the best of works there by the fielder, and the young man is in some sort of pain there, and will do take the injury break. After Hariom receiving some bit of medical attention there, we will be getting back with play. Well guided there by the young man, picking up the fielder at third man, and a single for them to take. Somehow the runs are starting to come up. Much better lines there from Loikin Bamturaki. Somehow forcing him to play backwards. And it is another dot ball for Loikin Bamturaki. Brilliant stuff there. It's already a good over in the making. 3 runs so far off this over, with 1 more ball remaining for the over to come to any end. Hariom goes. Oh, sorry, that's Twaha who goes, but he just manages to pick up that fielder at mid-on, and the dot ball will bring us to the end of the over. 4 overs gone and 13 for 1 is the score. Runs not coming easy the way of Rwenzori. It will be time for us to see some spin, and it will be the captain himself. Akram Nsobuga replacing Geoffrey Kakaire from the Forest End. Akram Nsobuga starting with a bit of a short run up, but he will be bowling some medium pace. Starts off with a wide, bowling it a little quick, and not a very good start there for Nsobuga. Much better there from Akram, and it is a dot ball. That one going past the wicket keeper and all the way to the boundary. Somehow expensive there from Akram Nsobuga. and it is 5 wides. Look at that one. They are very, very wide to the wide line, and it runs all the way to the boundary. Akram Osubga will need to adjust his lines to make sure that he's now bowling only the good areas. The extra cover fielder now comes up. Oh, sorry, it's Akram Osubga who's made sure that he goes and changes some bit of gears there. And when you look at the protection for his pitch, all the fielders are standing in the 30 yards. Akram Osubga taking all his chances and using an field that will see him attacking. Well sliced and fumbled by Richard Sohera, giving them a chance to take the run. Another dot ball. Akram Osubga just bowling it outside off stump and keeping the batters guessing. More dot balls there in the over by Akram. And done by the wicket keeper there, Amir Ochaya. Looked like he was right in the good place to get that one. But more 5 wides there from Akram Osubga. It's turning out to be the most expensive over so far in the game. 12 runs have already been given away by Osubga Akram with 2 more balls to play in this over. Osubga will need to be adjusting his lines. Much better. And a dot ball. Nearly a leading edge to the fielders hanging on the circle, but it falls short of all. A dot ball to end the over. Much better comeback. 7 of 17 for Twaha Baiga and 4 of 9 for Hariom. And as we come to the end of the 5th over, 25 for 1 is the score. We do see another bowling change. Now the seamers have been taken out of the attack. And it is the leg spinner well out of the pads there, and it is a dot ball. Eddie Agaba now the bowling change. He went pace off, and Hariom Dadeji thinking that that ball was right there to hit. Goes hard but managed to make any contact, and another dot ball in the over. Wides have been the issue of concern, and it is another wide. More runs added onto the total there. This time round he hits that one, but straight to the fielder. It is a dot ball. Much better line there from Agaba Eddie. This time round, that is right into the gap. The leg spin there from Eddie Agaba is picked up very nicely by Hariom, and he manages to break the shackles and score a boundary for Mt.Rwenzori, and somehow the runs are now starting to come for Mt.Rwenzori out of nothing. They are making sure that they pick runs. Well guided back out of the square, and it is another single. Good running. One more ball remaining in this Eddie Agaba over. Projected score still reading 106. They'll need to make sure that they accelerate a bit. Hit through the cover area, but it picks up the fielder, and it will be a dot ball to bring us to the end of the over. It is also the end of the power play, and as we come to the end of the power play, 31-1 is the score. Another bowling change there as Richard Sohera replaces the captain. Sohera starts off his over with a dot ball. Jumping out of his crease, trying to dust down the ground. Flighted by Richard Sohera and deceiving him with the line. Hariom trying to make access, and he was nowhere to reaching that one. In the end, it is a wicket that falls, a stamping effect there by Amiri Ochaya, and Mt.Rwenzori loses the third wicket. 9 off 16 for Hariom Dadarija as he departs. Somehow he's made sure that he bats through the power play, but in the end not carrying his bat through, falling in for the trap, and it is another wicket there that goes. The second one falling, but Hariom will have himself to blame because he had stuck in the crease and he was finding the runs, but in the end as he jumped out of his crease, didn't manage to get that one out of the block hole. Hariom goes, and Hemant Hirani, the captain for Mukono Warriors Cricket Club, one of the teams in our domestic league, is the new batter now in. Good bowling there from Richard Sohera, and it is a dot ball. Brilliant. Another dot ball in the over. bit wide from the batter, and it is another dot ball. Off the hip for a single, and it will be the first run conceded by Richard Sohera in this over. And as we come to the end of the over, the scoreboard reads 32 for 6. Much better return there from Eddie Agawa. He returns with the dot ball. Good bowling. Another dot ball there for Eddie Agawa. This time round, he goes down the ground and he manages to pick up the fielder at long off. And Hemant Hirani is off the mark with a single. Drifting away from him, and another dot ball in the over. Good stuff. Good bowling there. He goes up and he manages elevation, but there is a fielder, Geoffrey Kakaire, trying to get his fingers onto it. But in the end, the chance is put down and the 2 runs are taken. There is an appeal, but not given by the umpire. Going to the pads, but he misses, and it is another dot ball in that over. The dot ball will bring us to the end of the over, and after 8, 37 for 2 is where the scoreboard reads. Jamie Smith, James Ryu, Emily Oke, Rehan Ahmed, Gash Atkinson, Sonny Baker, Shoaib Bashir, Matthew Fisher, Paul Robinson, Josh Tang. So Hera Richard coming back for his second over. He conceded only 1 in his first. And now there he returns again. We saw him conceding just 1 run and picking up the wicket of Hariom in his first over. Now he is back to bowl his second over. So Hera Richard, one of the handy spinners in that team, and he keeps making variations. He's not giving anything away to Mt.Rwenzori. Projected score reading just 89. Twaha trying to go hard, but not picking up the length. Instead of fighting, he should just be looking at rotating strike and making sure that Hirani Hemant gets on strike. Down the ground and fumbled by the bowler, but it is again a dot ball. He goes and manages to get it over the head of the fielder, and only a single they will do take. A brilliant spell there for Richard Sohera. He so far bowled 1.5 overs. He has conceded just 2 runs and he's picked up a wicket. It's nearly carried to him, but it will be a dot ball. End of over number 9. 38 for 2 is the score. Inside out. Oh, what a brilliant take there by Trevor Ngoli, getting hold onto that one. Felt like it could have fallen out of his hands, and in the end he gets hold onto it. Trevor Ngoli with the stunner blinder of a catch at covers to see Hofberger. Look at that one there, a bit wide. He went slicing on it and just jumping up in the air, but getting hold onto it, Trevor Ngoli. And the celebration there with his teammate Mugisha say it all. The ball was angling away from him. Twahabaiga, and he manages to just play it back to the fielder, picking up the only field that covers. Ngoli Trevor, who takes the catch. 3 wickets have fallen for Mt.Rwenzori, who won the toss and opted to bat first. And what they have on board at the moment is not really a challenging total. Emmanuel Okwalinga will be the new batter in, walking on to replace Twahabaiga. Yesterday he was in the runs column, scored 44 runs and he missed a half century by just a few runs, and now he comes back to make sure that he continues getting the runs. Dirty ball there, good bowling there by Agaba Eddie. Another dot ball, but what an over there from Eddie Agaba. He's yet to consider run in this over, and it is the 10th over in the game. Eddie Agaba wanted to get that man card, but right to the pads and driven to long on for just a single. hits him for all money, but it will be a dot ball. Just 1 run and a wicket falling in that over. End of the 10th at the halfway mark. Score is 39 for 3. Richard Sohera was off a ball 2 overs and conceded just 2 runs, picked up a wicket, is back into the attack, started the one that keeps low outside off stump. Another dot ball. It is the 11th over, and now runs not coming the way of Mt.Rwenzori. Rwenzori won the toss and opted to bat first, saying that they will need to make sure that they put a challenging total, but what they have so far is not challenging. And even the batters who are in are still playing dead. It is now time for them to try and hit out of the blocks and make sure that they do get the runs. 3 dot balls in the 11th over. Make it the 4th dot ball. Okwalinga, they are not even attempting to rotate strike. It's playing a little dead. A quicker one. Sliced through covers. Does it go all the way to the boundary? No. The slow outfield doesn't let it go to the boundary. But good running there. And they do take 3 runs. The team total is now only into the 40s. Mt.Rwenzori 2 off 9, Emmanuel Okwalinga 4 off 8. It is the acceleration phase that they need to make sure that they go hard. Balls him. One that kept angling in there. Mt.Rwenzori couldn't play it. The ball goes on and hits the middle stump. He ends his over with the wicket, Richard Sohera. And Mt.Rwenzori will be the bat of depart. 42 for 4, Mt.Rwenzori. And good work there. Look at that ball there, the wicket-taking ball. It angled the back and he went on and rattled the furniture. Sohera picking up his 2nd wicket. Eddie Agaba coming back to bowl. Glorious off drive there from Emmanuel Okwalinga, but it is a dot ball to start off the over. He goes, does he pick out the fielder? No, the ball doesn't carry. And it nearly got misjudged by the captain Akram Soboga, but good comeback. And it will only be a single that they do take. Elvis, the new man in there, ready to also make a mark. But Okwalinga will feel that somehow the ball was there for him to hit, but he didn't connect it nicely. The new batter taking his time to get ready. Some width, and that is hit, but there is a fielder, long off fielder, standing very, very wide, and only a single for the new man to get off the strike. Wanji manager. Hello? Yes? Wanji? Omuyindi go take away this. Naye erinya liri lyawo kapapulandi wandisewo mu bracket wa Creek Club saliteekewo. Bamuyita oba Varas oba liri awo mu kabox. A comedy of errors giving them 3 runs. Many overthrows coming their way, and they do collect the runs. Good running there between Emmanuel and Elvis. Pace of delivery there, a bit of a floater coming in from Eddie Agaba, and it is hit down to just a single. The single will bring us to the end of the over. Eddie Agaba wrapping up his spell. He's gone for 17 runs in his quarter and picked up only a single wicket. Projected score still reading 80. Current run rate 4.00. And after 12, 48 for 4 is the score. So Hera Richard will be coming to bowl his last over in this game. Starts off with a dot ball, but he has been so unplayable. He's only gone for 5 runs in his first 3 overs, and he's managed to pick up just 2 wickets. Long on, long off, and cow corner all at the boundary. Playing dead, and it is another dot ball. Good lines there from Richard Sohera. The ball turning away from the batter, and the batter trying to go hard. Doesn't connect. Dot ball. Into the gap, straight to the fielder, and only a single they will do take. nearly beat him for all money, but it will be a dot ball. Good areas there being bowled by Richard Sohera. Good work there by Richard Sohera, putting his body down on the lane and fielding his own ball. It is another dotty ball. And that dot ball will wrap up the over. Just one in Richard Sohera's final over, but look at his figures. He's bowled 4 overs, conceding just 6 and picking up 2 wickets. And as we come to the end of over number 13, 49 for 4 is the score. Agaba Eddie will also be coming. Sorry, there is some bit of a mix-up because Eddie Agaba's bowled all his 4 overs. At the moment, I was surprised seeing him get back into the attack. But Geoffrey Kakaire will be bowling. Geoffrey Kakera so far bowled 2 overs and he's conceded just 6 runs. He's picked up a single wicket and now he'll be coming back to bowl. The batter going hard but not getting close to the ball. But Odeke Vigirio, the second option of wicket-keeper in that Mount Satima lineup, not managing to hit that one on. Sorry, not managing to collect that one, and they will do take the bye run. What could have been a catch rolls through the hands of the fielder. And the run is taken. It was a half chance created, but it wasn't taken. A little fall into the crease, but the batter does well to get it out. Brilliant spell there being bowled by Geoffrey Kakaire. The batter not opening up his blade well. And they do not take the run. This time round he manages to get it into the gap, and he will do take the run. They are now into the 50s, but now somehow you feel that they are not getting the runs on board. A time of hitting the blocks and picking up the boundaries. Doesn't really seem to be working out to the way of the batting team. Mt.Rwenzori tries to throw his bat at it, but it is way out of the tram lanes, and wide is the call there from the umpire. The 50 runs have come up on board, but somehow you feel that they are not getting enough runs, because the current run rate is just 1.78 in the over. Instead of trying to make sure that they accelerate a bit, make it close to 4 or 5. Qualinga's blade there hanging, and the dot ball will bring us the end of the over. 14 overs gone, and 53 for 4 is the score. And now Akraman Soboga, the captain, will be back into the attack. He has so far gone for 12. He went for 12 in his only over that he has bowled. So many extras there he's been bowling. He's been pushing the ball quick and not even informing the wicket keeper. That is hit, but does it pick up the fielder? Some good effort there, chipped in by Agaba Eddy, but he doesn't get hold onto the opportunity. And the 2 runs will be taken there. Had no idea on where that was going, and the chance for 2 there taken by the batters. Hits that one. Does it go over the fielder? No. Davis Wanyama there takes the catch, and he helps his side to pick up the wicket. Akraman Soboga into the attack, and he manages to pick up the 50th wicket for his side. Davis Wanyama with a brilliant catch there. A bit of a cutter from Akraman Soboga. Just manages to pick up the outside edge of the bat. And Wanyama with a fine take. To give his side the wicket, a praise wicket. 5 wickets have fallen. It is now such a time where we see the captain for Mt.Rwenzori coming out of the hard, Solomon Wamachogozi. He said at the toss that he will be hoping that they can set a total to try and make sure that they do challenge this Mount Satima side, but somehow the plan not moving his favor. It will be important to see his approach as we head into these remaining 3 balls of the over. Well guided and off the mark right away. Davis Wanyama not getting off his feet very quickly, and the overthrow could have given them a chance of taking the extra run, but the run is not taken, and only a single they will do take. Two more remaining in this over. Okwalinga slicing up his bat a bit instead of presenting a full face, and it is a dot ball from Akram Nsobuga. Nsobuga bowling it outside off. Good line, good length there from Akram. To the backward of point area and a single. $15 overs gone, and 59 for 5 is the score. Geoffrey Kakere coming back to bowl his last over. Solomon Luwama 1 off 1, and Emmanuel Okwalinga 10 off 18. Right into the surface, and well placed there by Okwalinga to pick up that single. Good call, good awareness there from Okwalinga, reading it very nice, and he manages to pick up that single. Another touch and go, and they do take the run. Full and played over his head. Does it go all the way to the boundary? Yes, the effort there from Eddie Agaba, not managing to save it. Geoffrey Kakere with the full toss, and it is punished. The way he picked it up looked so nice, and he's managed to play it over the head of the bowler, straight as you would love to see it, straight as an arrow. To the pads, down the leg for wide, and done by the wicket keeper, and the 3 wides they are taken. Brilliant running. Much better adjustment there. Geoffrey Kakeda so far ball 3.4 overs and he's conceded 18 runs and he's picked up just a single wicket. A bit of a Yorker length there to Solomon. One more remaining in this over, the 16th of this game. A little full and driven down the ground. And the single will bring us to the end of the over. Kakaira's 4 overs have gone for 19 and he's picked up just a single wicket. And at the end of the 16th, 69 for 5 is the score. Akram Nsubuga, the captain, will be back to bowl. Akram's 2 overs have gone for 18 runs and he's picked up just a single wicket. Now there he comes to bowl. That one keeping a little low. And it is a dot ball there for Nsovoga to start off his over. Oh, brilliant driven there. But it will pick up the fielder at long off. They will take the single to bring up 70 runs. Akram Nsubuga will be bowling to his opposite number. Closing in his bat there, Solomon Luoma. You could have just guided it and picked up that gap between the third slip fielder and the wicket keeper. But in the end, it is a dot ball. Again, going across the lane instead of presenting a full face of the bat. Getting that one behind. Right to the block hole, and they will take the single. One more to play in this over. 2 runs so far in the over, but what an over there from Akram Sovuga. And for Solomon Rwamachigozi, the field at long off came up, and now when there is change in guard, the field at long off goes back for Okwalinga Emmanuel. Okwalinga goes, but he will still pick up that fielder, and they will only take a single. 3 off Akuramu's third. End of the 17th. 72 for 5 is the score. Mugisha Victor, the bowling change there, replacing Geoffrey Kakaire from the highway end. Might be the over they will hope to target. Deep mid wicket, long on, long off at the boundary. Starts off with a wide. Playing it into the surface, but only a single they will do take. Long on. Coming up, and now fine leg is introduced in place. All the fielders front of the square have come in for Solomon Luwamachigozi. Playing on the back foot, but it is a touch and go. At a time when all the fielders were inside the circle, Solomon manages to sneak for the run. Long on, long off. Kaokona dropping down for Okwalinga. Wicket time. This time round, it is the off stump that is uprooted. He went for a booming drive but didn't make any contact. The ball rolling through and it rattles the furniture. Victor Mugisha into the attack. Victor Mugisha in the wickets column. Emmanuel Okwalinga will be the batter to depart. He looked like he would have been the enforcer of things. He's failed to do so. Lost his wicket there. Looked good in terms of shape, but somehow he didn't step where the ball was. He didn't cross its line very nicely. And you look at, he wanted to go for that booming drive. The shot, he played a similar shot on that full toss which was bowled by Geoffrey Kakaire. But it is Mugisha Victor who wins the battle. Moses Achema is the new batter in for Mt.Rwenzori, having a bit of a chat with his captain. And And Akram Soboga telling all his fielders to walk in to try and make sure that they can put the pressure on, because Achema Moses is now a new batter who's just walked on. So all the fielders coming in would mean that he would be batting under pressure. All the fielders are in. Dot ball there for Victor Mugisha. Now Moses Achema batting on some bit of pressure because all the fielders are in for him. He will make some adjustments there. One fielder going downwards towards the short third. Don't know what the thinking is now for Moses Achema, because we need to make sure that he gets the runs. Plays it straight to the fielder. And one more remaining in this over. The over started with a wide, a single wicket, and now 2 dot balls. One more ball to play in this over. Another dot ball there for Mugisha Victor. 3 dot balls. One over his ball is gone for 3 runs and he's picked up a wicket. As we come to the end of the 18th, 75 for 6 is the score. Soboga bowling his final over to his opposite number, and it is a dot ball to start off the penultimate over. 75 for 6 after 18. A hanging blade there from the captain, but it is a dot ball. He goes, but he will pick up the fielder at mid-off, and just a single he will do take. Lowama trying to go hard out of some sorts of anger, but he doesn't manage to get it over the fielder. Wicket. Akram Soboga kept one rolling through. Agile from Moses Achema going across the line, and Akram Soboga manages to pick up the wicket of Moses Achema. The 7th wicket for Mt.Rwenzori goes. A very full and straight ball there coming in from Akram Soboga. But look at that one there. Achema stepping away from the line of the ball, again going across the line, and just like that, his wicket goes. Second wicket for Akram Soboga. It was angling in. If he had presented the full face of the bat, he could have had a chance of hitting it on, but he doesn't manage to do so. Tom Adupu is the new batter in. Very, very good and handy with bowling pace. But now he comes in at a time where he will need to make sure that he gets runs. Because they will be coming back to bowl, you need to make sure that they are easier total that you can bowl at. That ball just passing under his bat. Tom Adupu looked good in the shape, but somehow a little high and not managing to drive it on. Dot ball there from Akram Onsubuga. One more remaining in this over. Beats him completely. It also went just close to the wickets. The dot ball and the end of the 19th. 76 for 7 is the score after 19 overs. This is match day 3 of the East African Safari T20 happening here at Florida Cricket Oval. 6 teams that all pick their names from the different mountains that we do have in Uganda are squaring off in this tournament. Kings Children's Medical Center, Dafabet, and Deep End Sports Media being the sponsors of this tournament, whereas everything is organized by Cricket Uganda and the Mukono cricket community. Mt.Rwenzori up against Mount Satima. These two teams lost yesterday, but today Mt.Rwenzori coming into this game and winning the toss and opting to bat first, but the decision looks to be backfiring, and Davis Wanyama will be bowling the last 6 deliveries there to wrap up the first innings of this game. Going across the line, but it is a dot ball. Solomon creating room to play on the onside, but nowhere close to the ball, and it is another dot ball there for Davis Wanyama. Back dots. Solomon goes, but he picks up Eddie Agaba at mid-wicket. And it is another dot ball. Solomon is somehow not finding the runs. He goes, and it goes all the way for a maximum. Solomon Rwama reminding them that, guys, look, I can't score the runs. But what a shot there out of the blocks, and he managed to see that one all the way for a maximum. Look at the way he picks up the length. 2 full and outside off, and Solomon Rwama goes hard at it. The maximum will take them into the 80s. One more ball remaining in this game. The first innings of this match. Solomon Rwama now will be looking at maximizing on this one. Shimmy down the track. Put down by the wicket keeper, and that dot will bring the innings to an end. A dot ball to wrap up the innings. And 82 for 7 is what Mt.Rwenzori will manage to post this afternoon here at Florida Cricket Oval. They won the toss and opted bat first, but somehow innings were not moving as per their plan. 83 from 120 for Mountain Satima to pick up the second victory in this tournament, as they'll be looking forward to bouncing back winning wise. This beautiful tournament being broadcasted from the Florida Cricket Oval. When you look at the match summary, only Twaha Baigaz 10 of 28 and a 19 from Emmanuel Kwalinga. They have been the standout players somehow. 11 for Wama Solomon, the captain. 2 wickets for Akram Musubuga and Richard Sohera, whereas 1 wicket went into Geoffrey Kakaire's name. We will take a short break and we will return with the live commentary when the second innings resume. 83 runs from 120 balls for Mount Satima to pick up victory here at Florida Cricket Oval. Second game of match day 3. The opening 2 batters already in the middle there to start off the proceedings, and it will be Elvis to open up the bowling from the side of the Forest. This is match day 3 of the East African Safari here at Florida Cricket Oval. It's an inaugural edition of this tournament. Two teams, Mt.Rwenzori, Mount Satima, both at the bad side of results yesterday, and both of them seeking to bounce back to winning ways. Kakere Joffrey and Richard Sohera will be the opening batters. 83 from 120, and it will be a moment where you feel that the team that bowled first did a lot of good work, limiting them and not giving them a chance of scoring many runs. And now here we are for the ranches. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi here in the comms, and I will be telling you the beautiful stories of this exciting encounter. First ball of the ranches. Good pace. Raw pace there to start off the things, and it will be a dot ball. Good line there. Balled by the batter. Nearly an edge to the batter, but it will be a dotty ball. Good start already. And just looking at tomorrow's fixtures, Mount Karisimbi and Mount Kilimanjaro will be in action in the morning, whereas Mount Elgon will take on Mt.Rwenzori in the afternoon. So make sure that you keep it Deep End Sports Media so that you don't miss out any of these exciting games. Hit straight to the fielder, but they will take him on. Not quick reaction there from Solomon Duwama, giving them a chance to take the run. And the first runs on board in this ranches come now. The left-handed Sohera Richard will be the batter on strike. Third man and fine leg, both at the boundary. And the Chombe coming round. Dot ball. Brilliant. Wides on board there. And to bowl the second over of the game is Emmanuel Okwalinga. Thick outside edge. It is traveling work to do for the third man fielder. But a half-hearted dive there from Emmanuel Ochema. A big up on Moses Achema. And Emmanuel Okwalinga is taken down to the boundary. Geoffrey Kakere just throwing his bat at it. The ball was angling away from him. And the jump there from the wicket keeper not enough. As that one goes all the way to the boundary. Okwalinga into the attack, and Okwalinga welcome to the boundary. Another one by Geoffrey Kakere. This time round, it might not roll onto the boundary. Somehow when it got off the bat, Kakere thought it was going to go all the way, but because of a slow outfield, the ball getting stuck into the surface, they will run and pick up 3. Already a good over. That's a much better there from Emmanuel Okwalinga. Keep it there and keep the batters fishing. And now Amiri Ocha not looking so comfortable. He has so far faced 3 deliveries and is yet to get off the mark. Good adjustments there being made by Okwalinga, making sure that he just continues bowling the good areas. This time round he goes full, and what could have been a catch for Davis Sawanyiga isn't held, and they do run and come back for 2. Dot ball there to end the over. 10 off Emmanuel Okwalinga's first, and at the end of the second, 12 for 1 is the score. Current run rate 6, required 3, 71 needed from 180 balls. Chombe back for his second over, manages to start with a dot ball there. Brilliant. An overthrow there, but the batters do not capitalize, take an extra run. Two more to play in this over, only singles. And you feel that somehow Chombe is making sure that he adjusts the lines and doesn't give away many. We saw Kwalinga going for 10 in his first over, but now this is a very brilliant over there. One more ball remaining in the over. There is an appeal, but not given by the umpire. But a clear plan there, ball to the pads and not give anything away. Dot ball, end of the over. And at the end of the third over, 14-1 is the score. Emmanuel Kwalinga back into the attack. Hit straight to the fielder, and they will do take the single. Is now coming right arm over. Touch and go. Mt.Rwenzori not fielding like a team that can really put up a fight, because they are conceding many easy runs in the middle. Another thick outside edge traveling to the boundary. work for the fielders to do as the batters are pushing. And that rolls all the way to the boundary. Jeffrey Kakere has been looking to be in cruising form, and he now brings up another boundary. But well fielded there by Hariom. Good work there, putting to make sure that he cuts that one off, and what could have been a boundary is well saved. Just one run they do take. Yorker, brilliant there from Emmanuel Okwaling, and it is a dot ball. If he can bowl this, he will be having a chance. Down the leg, and it is a wide. Emmanuel Okwaling has somehow failed to keep hitting the good lanes and lengths. Another wide that goes all the way to the boundaries. Now this is too costly and expensive for the side. Emmanuel Okwaling bowling very loosely and is giving away so many runs. But look at that one, they are going down the leg, and somehow the wicket keeper not getting hold onto it. He must have injured his fingers in attempting to stop the ball. Twaha Baiga, and now he will be receiving some bit of medical attention there. Come to the end of that injury break. One more ball remaining for Emmanuel Okwaling at ball in this over, but runs are in full flow. 56 more needed in 97 balls for victory to go the way of Mountain Satima. Mountain Satima look to be on a course of bouncing back to winning ways. Fain Lake, third man out at the boundary, but Fain Lake standing too wide. Much better there. But it will be a dot ball, bringing us to the end of the 4th over. The scoreboard reads 27 for a loss of 1 after 4 overs. Chombe back. He's been the bowler who has been doing some magic here for Mt.Rwenzori, and he starts off with a dot ball. Another one fumbled there by Vegato, and that one rolled towards the face. The extra pace they are coming off the surface, not being stopped by Iga. He is now in some bit of pain because he's been hit by the ball to half face following the previous injury. And we will take another injury break there as he receives some bit of medical attention there. The captain for the team will be now having the gloves on. Twaha Bega will get off the pitch for some bit of medical attention. Some of the highlights there right in your frame of how the runs have been coming quite quick. And that's the wicket that fell fast. Richard Sohera not managing to hit one out of his blocks and sent it back into the heart. A thick edge from Geoffrey Kakair earlier on in the innings. But we will be getting back with play. Chombe continuing there to bowl. .56 in 95 is now the equation. Hanging blade from Geoffrey Kakaira, and it is a dot ball. 2 dot balls to start off this over. Trying to hit that one on the onside, but doesn't connect it quite well, and it is another dot ball. Another dot ball. The runs that have been conceded by Emmanuel Okwalinga are now the only difference so far in this game. But for Chombe, he's been bowling some good lanes and lengths. He has so far bowled 2.3 overs and conceded just 4 runs and has picked up a wicket. So he will just need to have someone that he can bowl with in partnership. That is creamed through the cover area, and it travels all the way to the boundary. Kakairo looked to be struggling on the previous deliveries, but this time round he looked a little comfortable hitting that one on, and he manages to break up the shackles and score as a boundary. Touch and go. They do take the run. A single to end the over. And as we come to the end of over number 5, 32-1 is the score. Some of the players who are getting ready for many of the games that we will be watching in this tournament doing some bit of practice rate in the batting nets here at Florida Cricket Oval. This is the final over to end the power play, and there will be a bowling change. The first time we see the left arm spinner coming into the attack. Hemant Hirani coming into the attack. He comes in to replace Okwalinga. Three off 11 for Amery Ochaya and 22 off 17 for Geoffrey Kakaire. Driven down the ground. What a good looking shot there from Geoffrey Kakaire, as he manages to send that one all the way to the boundary, welcoming the batter into the attack with that glorious shot. Made full access. It was a little pitched too full there by Hirani, and he hit down to bring up the boundary. This time round he pulls the length very nicely, and that goes all the way for a maximum. Emanti Hirani being put under the pressure already. Dot ball, that's a much better line there by Hirani Hemant. If he's to pick up something in this game. What a way to uproot that off stump there by Hemant Hirani to pick up that much needed prize wicket. Geoffrey Kakaire trying to create room and hit on the onside, but in the end he doesn't manage to hit that one on. The ball skidding through and helping him to pick up that wicket. Bamturaki Loikin is the new batter in. Mt.Rwenzori there with that brilliant ball that saw him pick up the wicket of Geoffrey Kakaire. Look at the ball turning away from Kakaire. Kakaire wanted to hit it to the onside, but in the end he didn't manage. And now it will be Roy Kendwa Mturaki to make sure that he continues, and they will need many of these wickets to keep these batters in check. Dot ball there, and it is a good start. Welcoming Roy Kendwa Mturaki on strike. Not sure of who survived who, but it is another dot ball. The dot ball brings us to the end of the over. 10 in Mt.Rwenzori's over, but it's made sure that he gets rid of the dangerous Geoffrey Kakaire. And as we come to the end of over number 6 and the power play, 42 for a loss of 2 is the score. Another bowling change. Hariom is the new batter. Another spinner into the attack there. He picked up 5 wickets in the last game that was played by Mt.Rwenzori, but his wickets going in that losing cause. Now he comes into bowl. That is hit up in the air. Does it find the fielder? No. It goes all the way for a maximum. Amiri Ochaya also showing that he can hit the runs, and it will be a maximum to welcome the new bowler in the attack. A little too full there for Ochaya Amiri, and he plays it over. Long on. A little sliced, but it will pick up the field at extra cover. Just a single. Dudarejia Hariom, the son of Gopal Dudarejia, now into the attack there. Should that carry to the fielder? No, it falls at point. And Mohanguzi Lennox with the clean-up job. You feel that somehow something is not working out for the fielding team. Touch and go runs are now flowing. He goes, but there will be work to do for the extra cover fielder. There was a wicket that fell in the previous over there, picked up by Hemant Herani, but somehow things not working out the way of Mt.Rwenzori. The current passage of play shows that Mount Satima is in good control. 31 runs more needed in 80 balls for victory. Full and driven on the onside. and they will do take the single. Not a very good start there for Hariom. He bowled some nice and tidy lines yesterday. But he comes into the attack and he gives away 11 runs. But as we come to the end of over number 7, 53 for 2 is the score. More 30 needed in 78. Hemant Hirani back into the attack. He got a wicket in his first over and now he returns. Brilliant there from Hemant, keeping that edge of the bat in play and bowling it to the fourth stump. This time round plays it straight into the block hole and it is hit down the ground. Akena Bosco with work to do and only a single for them to take. Another single. The current rotation of strike is really working out for the current passage of play is really working out very well for Mount Satima because they are making sure that they do pick up the runs and keep the scoreboard ticking. Deft touch there from Rankin Vamtak. They are playing Hematilan cautiously. When you look at the way he got Geoffrey Kakari bowled out, final ball of the over and it will be a dot ball to end the over. Much better over there from Hemant Hirani. 2 runs is given away. And as we come to the end of over number 8, 55 for 2 is the score. And go as Hariom returns to bowl his second over. Pulls that one very nicely. Does it go all the way? The umpire just confirming there from the fielder going through the correct process because she isn't sure, and the umpire and it is confirmed that it is a maximum. What a shot there, taking them already in the 60s. Right in the hitting arc, and he's taken on Hariom. Ian goes, but he will pick up the field at longer on. Current run rate 6 and required is 2. ...21 runs needed in 70 balls. for Mount Satima to pick up victory and bounce back to winning ways. Long on, standing wide. Oh, he had his fingers onto it, Moses Achema, but didn't get hold onto the chance. And they do take another run. A half chance there created by Hariom, and it is not taken by the fielder at covers. Going across the line, misses the ball, but you will be happier that that missed the wickets. And they will take the single. One more ball remaining in this over. Creates room and cuts that one powerfully, but it will pick up the field at extra cover. End of the over. 9 gone and 66 for 2 is the score. This is match day 3 of the East African Safari happening here at Florida Cricket Oval. Tournament sponsored by Kings, the Children's Medical Center, Deep End Sports Media, and Dafabet. Action will continue tomorrow in this tournament, and in the morning it will be Mountain Karisimbi taking on Mount Kilimanjaro, whereas Eligon will be here in the afternoon taking on Mt.Rwenzori. The games are coming quick, thick and fast. Hemant Hirani back into the attack. Down the ground, reducing the deficit to 18 in 65 balls. Good rotation of strike at the moment. Amiri Ocha and Loikin Wamtulaki making sure that they keep finishing them softly off the body and into the gap. They'll just take a single. Full Yorker right into the crease, and it is a dot ball. Down to long on for another single. Another over comes to an end. 71 for 2 as we come to the end of the halfway mark, but only 12 runs will be needed in 60 balls for Mount. 12 needed in 60 balls for Mount Satima to pick up the win and bounce back to winning ways. The captain searching for the wicket and now throwing the ball around. Hariom, who was the go-to man in their first game, didn't quite hold a very tight line in this match. And now they will go to Tom Adupu. Some express pace coming the way. Yesterday struggled with lane and rhythm, but now he will be the man to look for that much needed wicket to break this partnership and try and make sure they fight back in the game, Mt.Rwenzori. On, and it is a single, just making sure that he gets onto the bounce of the ball and gets it down the ground for a run. Pulled away, but straight to the fielder, and they will only take a single. Ten needed in 58. Tries to work it off the pads, but doesn't manage to connect well, and it is a dot ball. A vital dot ball, trying to make sure that it keeps them in this one. 14 of 24 for Amir Ochaya and 19 of 16 for Loikin Wamturaki. The two batters at the crease for Mount Satima. Well guided, but beautifully fielded there by Moses Achema. It looked to be traveling to him, but he manages to align his ball behind the ball and keeps it to no run. In the morning, we saw the team that was chasing picking up the victory, a 7 wickets victory. And now we see that the current course made see Mountain Satima chase down the runs that were posted, 82 in the first innings by Mt.Rwenzori. Straight to the fielder. Dot ball there. One more to play in this over. Kilimanjaro and Karisimbi will be in action tomorrow in the morning here at Florida Cricket Oval. So make sure that you keep it deep in sports media so that you don't miss out on these action-packed games. Sliced through the cover area. Fielder running in from long off, but a slow outfield all through, and they will only take a double. The double reduces what is needed to just 8 runs as we come to the end of the over. Adupu's first over has gone for 4 runs, and after 11, 75 for a loss of 2 is the current score. Hemant Hirani coming to bowl his last over. Only 80 more runs needed for victory. Long on, long off, and cow corner at the boundary. Pace off and down the ground. Fine stop there from long off, but they will take the single. 7 more needed for victory. Again picking up the field at long on for another single. 6 more needed for victory. Passes just near the wickets. And it is a dot ball. The leg stump has been uprooted by Hemant Hirani. He saw what Loikin was trying to do, trying to hit on the onside. He bowls one that goes all the way to uproot the leg stump. And another wicket there goes. Loikin will be the batter to walk back to the hard. But look at that one. He stepped away from the line of the ball, exposing his wickets. And Hemant Hirani making sure that he rolls it through to the off stump, picking up another wicket. Nowhere close to that pitch of the ball. He could have stepped just in the line and made sure that he drives it on. It is another wicket that goes. And now Eddie Agaba will be the batter in. The wicket coming a little late. 6 more needed in 50. Eddie Agaba is the new batter in. Six more needed. A hit away. Bit of a yorker. Hesitation between the batters, but a comedy of errors between the two fielders. And the run is taken. Five more runs needed for victory. He goes. Chance to catch. And Emmanuel Okwalinga takes the catch. Amiri Ochai, another set batter, is back to the heart. 17 off 29 as he goes. Thought he would have picked up the length. And he cleared that fielder who is standing at long on. But the plan not working out for them, as he just manages playing it to the fielder Emmanuel Okwalinga waiting. And the fourth wicket goes. End of the over. 12 gone, 78 for 4 is the score. And more 5 runs will be needed for victory. Vigilio Odeke, the wicket-keeper batter, is the new batter in. 6 more runs needed for victory. The game already looking very, very well set. 5 runs in 48 balls. With that man there, Chombe, coming to bowl his final over. Long on, long off, cow corner, all at the boundary. Third man protecting backward of the square. Eddie Agaba will be the batter on strike to make sure that he gets the remaining 5 runs. A maximum will see it game set and match, and the boundary 4 will level the scores. Down the ground, Barry will pick up the fielder, and only a single they will do take. Oh, sorry. Eddie Agaba turning down the single because he wants to hog most of the strike. And it is a dot ball. Kidial, I thought we would have taken that single, but he says, no, I want to finish it in style. He goes hard. There was a run-out chance if that direct hit had been directed to the stumps. But now Eddie Agaba will take the run. Now Vigilio Edeke will be enjoying the express pace coming in from Chombe. Now changes being made in the field there by the captain, bringing Moses Achema at Gale, Longo on, and third man at the boundary. Those are the only 2 fielders outside, cramping in for room, but well driven down the ground there by Vigilio Odeka, and they will do take the single. 3 more needed for victory from as many as 45 balls. And now Eddie Agaba returning to face what a hit there from that man there, Eddie Agaba. He manages to play it, beating that fielder at long on, and it goes all the way for a maximum. He's really wrapped up this game in style. They've tried to crawl back, but Eddie Agaba says no, you might win but not today, as he sends that one all the way to the boundary for a maximum. It will be now the bear hugs and the commiserations as we come to the end of the action on match day number 3. Mountain Karisimbi, Mountain Kilimanjaro will be in action tomorrow in the morning, so make sure to keep it Deep End Sports Media. Mt.Rwenzori won the toss and opted bat first. 19 for Emmanuel Okwalinga, 11 for Solomon Duwaman, 10 for Vaiga Twaha, the batting card for Mt.Rwenzori. 2 wickets apiece for Akram Mosovga and Richard Sohera, but in response, Geoffrey Kakaile is 32 of 21, and Loikin Wamtraki is 20 of 19, plus Ahmed Wacha 17 of 29 has been fruitful. Hema Tirani picked up 3 wickets for 20 runs in his 4 overs, whereas Chombe picked up only a single wicket. But these 4 wickets not enough to help Rwenzori to win. Mt.Rwenzori is still winless in this tournament, whereas Satima has not winning ways, and that is the current standings. Kilimanjaro on top of the table. They have played 2 games and won both their 2 games. Karisimbi has played 1 game and won their 1 game. Meru in position number 3 have played 2 games, lost 1 and won 1. Satima has played 2 games, won 1 and lost 1. They have 2 points as well. Whereas Mt.Rwenzori and Mount Elgon are both looking for the first victory in this tournament. We've come to the end of the live commentary, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Evan Cyprian Sajabi, and I will be coming to you shortly with the post-match presentation. Good evening and welcome to the post-match presentation of the second game on match day 3 of the East African Safari. A clash between Mountain Satima and Mt.Rwenzori, and a 6 wickets victory for Mountain Satima. But let me invite the captain for Mt.Rwenzori to give me the commiserations. Hard luck, Solomon, upon losing this game. You won the toss and you lost the toss, but you won the toss and we were happy to bat first. What went wrong and might have costed you the game?
We were unable to get out of the blocks to build partnership, put pressure back onto the bowlers, so they had a very good day and enjoyed themselves.
Now that you've tested bowling first and batting first in this tournament, what are you likely to do tomorrow in the afternoon in case you do win the toss?
I think we are stronger fielding side first, and I think that is what we will do. I hope that the new additions would improve us. Yes, they did, but it was a little not enough.
Something in particular would love to improve going forward in the tournament?
Just the batters to get some runs. If you can score about 15-20 through the whole lineup, then you have 100 runs. So that is quite defendable.
Hard luck and go well.
Thank you.
Let me invite the standing captain for Mountain Satima, Amir Ochaya. Congratulations upon winning this game. What was the plan like for you when you went out there to bowl?
First and foremost, I'm going to thank my team for putting in enough effort to win this game. Our target was to defend them to we had to defend them to 60, but we were almost there, but at last we did it.
When you were chasing, did you feel at a time that wickets were falling quite many, and was there some bit of pressure within the dugout?
No, there wasn't any pressure at our side. Yeah.
Congratulations and go well.
Thank you, mister.
And now the player of match, a man who picked up a single wicket in the first innings and scored 37 runs, Geoffrey Kakere goes away with it. And it will be Elizabeth Nakiwile to hand over the award. Kaka, congratulations upon winning the award. When you went to bat, you got out of the blocks early. What was it like for you while you were at the crease?
Just the wicket wasn't playing good, but I was backed up by my players, so I had to make it.
What is it that you would wish your team can improve going forward in the upcoming games?
Limiting runs in the last overs. We are giving out many runs in the last overs from the 15th over to the 20th. So if we can reduce on those runs, we can keep going well.
Congratulations upon winning the award and go well.
Thank you.
And as we come to the end of the post-match presentation, tomorrow in the morning it will be a clash between Mountain Karisimbi and Mt.Rwenzori. It is a wrap-up for